Good evening. Welcome to the Business News Update tonight on the Diamond News Desk at 8. Here are the stories making headlines. Zambia's annual inflation slows to 14.1% in June 2025. The economy records 4.5% growth. But also, we have another story where the Energy Ministry has handed over 105 million kwacha dividend to Finance Ministry. We'll give the details of these stories shortly. But also later on, we'll take a look at the money markets and also some commodity prices for the construction, the food, as well as the non-food items. All this coming up tonight in business. And now the details of our business news update tonight. The Zambia Statistics Agency, ZAMSTATS, has announced that annual inflation for June 2025 eased to 14.1%, down from 15.3% recorded in May 2025. ZAMSTATS acting statistician General Sheila Mudenda says slowdown in inflation is largely attributed to the decline in food prices, particularly in cereals such as breakfast mili meal, roller mili meal, as well as maize grain, and the vegetables, beans, sweet potatoes, and fruits, including oranges, apples, and bananas. Meanwhile, Finance and National Planning Minister Situmbeko Msokotwane, speaking in Parliament, says to curb the rise in food inflation, government has been promoting increased food production by implementing comprehensive agriculture support to local farmers. Let's get more details.
The annual inflation rate for June 2025 has eased to 14.1%, down from 15.3% recorded in May, according to the Zambia Statistics Agency. ZAMSTATS acting statistician General Sheila Mudenda says the slowdown in inflation is largely due to a drop in food prices, particularly cereals like breakfast mili meal, roller meal, and maize grain, along with vegetables.
The annual overall inflation rate for June 2025 slowed down to 14.1% from 15.3% recorded in May 2025. This development was mainly attributed to price movements in both food and non-food items, as we shall see in the coming slides. For the annual food inflation, this decreased to 16.7% from 17.9% that was recorded in May 2025.
Speaking in Parliament on Thursday, Finance and National Planning Minister Dr. Situmbeko Msokotwane says the government has been working to reduce food inflation by promoting increased food production through comprehensive support to local farmers.
To curb inflationary pressure, it is imperative to curb the rise in prices of food items by enhancing agricultural production. Government has been promoting increased food production, not only of maize, by implementing the comprehensive agricultural transformation support. This program covers most areas required for boosting agricultural production, such as provision of financing to our farmers, irrigation development, and mechanization, to mention but a few components of the program.
On the ground, locals have confirmed that prices of mili meal and vegetables have gone down, noting that private mili meal brands that were once more expensive are now selling for as low as 230 kwacha for a 25 kg bag. However, they are hopeful that prices of government-subsidized mili meal brands will also reduce following the current market trends.
The mili meal, especially the private sector, they were charging high. They were buying in one bag of mili meal around 350 something. But when it comes to the 2 mili meal, which is Kalonga and Higo, they are buying at 230. So the time these private companies have been reduced to 245. So we were expecting that especially the public, which is connected to the government, the Higo and the Kalonga, to be reduced maybe to 160.
Kudala vindu venze challenge. Veze vinapu kwa vankala vavutako, ndio za dula, unga wa dula, malasha ya dula. Manja hapa chasala kwa kudula, chasalila kwa kumalasha. Malasha ndiye peze kan challenge. Na tomato ndiye ya dula, ama veji, au mandi ya chipiratu. Uyo unga manje, uto chiratu na pamtengo wabo, mamanje wa gweratu.
Hapa manje ni ma 240, 25 kg breakfast. Last time, when they ma 350 something, 340.
ZAMSTATS has also revealed that Zambia's gross domestic product estimates show that the economy grew by 4.5% in the first quarter of 2025, up from 2.2% in the corresponding period of 2024. Rachel Mumba for Diamond News.
And now, the Ministry of Energy has handed over a dividend check of 105.4 million kwacha to the Ministry of Finance and National Planning in line with its 2/3 shareholding in Tazama Pipelines Limited. Speaking at the handover event in Lusaka on Thursday, Energy Minister Makozo Chikote said the payment is more than just a financial transaction, as it reflects the success of reforms, good management and the commitment of the Tazama board, staff and stakeholders. And receiving the check, Finance Minister Musitumbeko Musokotwane says the dividend is a clear sign that Tazama's operations and management have improved. He has also highlighted the importance of pipelines, saying they are the cheapest way to transport fuel when compared to road, rail or air. Now, while building the pipelines may be expensive at first, Dr. Musokotwane said that their long-term costs are much lower.
I am pleased, Honorable Minister, to announce that Tazama Pipeline has recorded commendable financial performance for the financial year ended 31st December 2024, resulting in a net profit of 632.4 million compared to the previous year's net profit of 538.2 million kwacha. From this net profit, the board has approved the declaration of a dividend amounting to 105 million kwacha, 406,120 kwacha.
The change that was made to transport the diesel by pipeline, the cost has gone down. The cost of transportation has gone down. And we are beginning to see the benefits. Of course, there are other factors leading to the reduction in prices, like the international fuel prices going down, the exchange rate coming down. But there is no question to the fact that now that we are transporting the fuel by the pipeline, which is about 2/3 cheaper, if I remember correctly, compared to transporting the diesel by pipeline, we see the benefits today.
Well, those are the business news stories we had for you today. But let's now take a look at the performance of the kwacha on the international market. These are the money markets. Well, for the money markets today, as the end of business, the 26th of June 2025, this is how much the United States dollar was buying in kwacha. It was at 23 kwacha 55 ngwe, and it was selling at 23 kwacha 95 ngwe. This huge drop has kind of maintained over the past few days, and it has seen just the maintenance of the amount in kwacha within this particular range. And so that's your average commercial rates of the United States dollar as well as the Zambian kwacha. Well, let's now take a look at the construction commodities. Well, for the construction commodities, let's take a look at these two commodities. And we start off with Milwaukee full brim hard hat with 4PT ratcheting suspension type 1 class E. And this hat is going at 577 kwacha 0.71 ngwe. This is how much you might need to get just this particular hat, which has a suspension type 1 and class C. But let's take a look at another construction commodity, which is an Extreme Powerus 1.5 SDS plus electric rotary hammer drill demolition speed case, and this is going at 2,250 kwacha. Well, those are your commodity prices in the construction business and how much they might need for you to spend on them, just for you to purchase them. And so let's now take a look at the food and the non-food items. Well, for the food and non-food items, we start off with the food items. Beef, particularly 1 kg, you might need to spend 100 kwacha. 2 kg sugar is going at 70 kwacha. 1 kg sugar is going at 33 kwacha. And for flour, 2.5 kg is at 95 kwacha. 5 kg Nakonde rice is in between 160 and 180. For a tray of eggs, you might need to spend 100 and 110 in between that range, but for 2.5 liters of cooking oil, it's in between 170 and 180 kwacha. 5 liters is going at 300 kwacha. Let's talk about Millie Meal breakfast. 10 kg is going at 190 kwacha, and 25 kg is going between 373 and 390 kwacha. But for roller Millie Meal, 10 kg is 153, whereas 25 kg is at 300 kwacha. Well, those are your food items. But now, let's take a look at the non-food items. And we start off with some toilet paper. Just 10 rolls are going to cost you 85 kwacha. And for a bar of multi-purpose soap, it's in between 25 kwacha and 45 kwacha. And for washing powder, 500 grams is 40 and 45 kwacha, in between the range. For 1.5 kg, it's in between 95 and 135 kwacha. For 3.5 kg, it's in between 209 and 229 kwacha. But for a bar of bathing soap, it's between 19 and 29 kwacha. And 750 liquid hand wash is between 45 and 50 kwacha. Well, those are your commodity prices, the food items, the non-food items, the construction commodities, not forgetting the money markets and the business news stories we have for you today on the Business News Update tonight. After this, we'll take a look at the investment news update.